They don't get it. These players in the WNBA, they just don't get it. They can't seem to understand. They can't seem to grasp the basic concepts of simple economics. Now, I realize they don't teach economics at Woke U with introduction to gender transition, plight of the non-binary, and graduate level courses on how to safely and effectively remove the cucumber. There's just no time to teach the indoctrinated about supply and demand. Now, one thing about pretend basketball, there is plenty of supply. Hell, we've almost reached a point where pretend basketball is being supplied 12 months out of the year. Problem is, there's no demand. Even though their knowledge is non-existent when it comes to economics, I will give the dump divers in the WNBA credit for one thing. Even with a minimal budget, they damn sure know how to throw a party. They are experts at organizing a celebration to celebrate the career of someone that no one's ever heard of and calling them a legend. Headline at ESPN: "Goodbye to the GOAT, the best stories of Donna Taurasi's legendary career. She was so amazing. Put those batteries in the cucumber, grab the preparation H. It's time for a celebration. Woohoo! Yes, yes, yes." Goat? Goat? Normally, when I think of the greatest of all time, I think of Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, or my personal favorite, Drew Brees, Kobe Bryant. Well, Casey, what about LeBron James? I mean, LeBron is the Billy Goat. The only people who think of LeBron James as the greatest of all time are people under the age of 30 who don't know any better, or Shannon Sharp. Hey, it's me, Shay Shay! But to his credit, LeBron James, he does belong in the conversation. We can at least have a respectable debate with LeBron involved. But Donna Taurasi? Really? Donna Taurasi, the greatest of all time. Is it really an accomplishment to be the best pretend basketball player? Is it really an accomplishment to be the best in make-believe? If you were being honest and you compiled the most known stories of Donna Taurasi's legendary career, the page would be blank. The good news for the WNBA, the retirement of Diana Taurasi, it will have absolutely no impact on their ratings. The retirement of Donna will have no impact on attendance. In her final season last year, she barely filled the arena to half capacity. She played her entire career in Phoenix, and during her final game, Donna waved goodbye to the thousands of empty seats who watched her illustrious career. More importantly, her retirement, it will have no impact on the WNBA's bottom line, which is crucial because after all the money the Dump lost last season, their bottom line can't fall any further. But even with that being the case, even with WNBA players knowing that their precious charity lost $40 or $50 million last season, they just can't help themselves. Once again, WNBA players are doing what they do best. They can't make layups, they can't dunk without the assistance of a trampoline, but the one thing WNBA players do better than anyone else, whine and complain. We are 3 months away from the regular season, and WNBA players, they are already demanding more money they haven't earned. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the second channel is in the description below. Today on the second channel, talked about the disappointing ratings in the NHL. After being in the mainstream the last 2 or so weeks, the NHL is failing to capitalize. So if you haven't already, head over to the second channel and subscribe. How many of you guys remember Natasha Cloud? Anyone? Anyone? Well, KC, did she used to have a show on Comedy Central? No, that was Tosh.0. I think that dude's name was Daniel Tosh. Now, unlike the dump divers in the WNBA, not named Caitlin Clark, Daniel Tosh, he was actually capable of drawing an audience. Natasha Cloud is a veteran in the WNBA. Like the other 143 players in this league, Natasha Cloud, she is a role player. Every once in a while, she will generate headlines by demonizing the white man or criticizing America. July of 2023, Tasha claimed that America was trash because the Supreme Court, it ruled that affirmative action at colleges and universities was unconstitutional. I hate that damn Constitution. It prevents me from receiving opportunities that should be given to people who actually earned them. That same month, Natasha Cloud claimed that the biggest problem in America was the white man failing to understand the non-white experience. Well, Casey, what the hell does that even mean? I have no idea, and neither does Natasha Cloud. Last year, she essentially told men to stop watching the WNBA. Fortunately, this had no impact on WNBA ratings because men weren't watching the dump to begin with. Matter of fact, neither were women. Natasha Cloud was angry because white people were suddenly watching the WNBA for Caitlin Clark. Instead of welcoming this new audience, Tasha told them to either invest their money into the dump or quit watching. For the first time ever, people actually listened to Natasha Cloud. The WNBA went from losing $10 million every season to losing $40 or $50 million. As you can see, Natasha Cloud, she is a great ambassador for pretend basketball. She really knows how to relate to people. She knows how to get people to buy tickets. In the WNBA, Natasha Cloud is paid $200,000 a year. Now, according to my inside sources, if Natasha Cloud was paid based on her fair market value, meaning if she was paid based on the revenue that she generated, the WNBA would be sending her a bill. Not a $100 bill, I'm talking about an actual bill. She would be paying to play pretend basketball. In order to further subsidize her income, Natasha Cloud is pretending to play basketball in Unrivaled. Just like the WNBA, Unrivaled is massively overpaying Natasha Cloud for her services. Think about it. We are 6 weeks into their season. How many times have you heard about Natasha Cloud? How many people have you seen at the bar asking the bartender to change the channel to TNT so they can watch Natasha Cloud attempt to dribble the basketball between her legs? Monday night, Natasha Cloud, she finally brought some attention to Unrivaled, but it wasn't for anything that she did on the court. She didn't mesmerize the hundreds of people in the audience by having the bottom of the backboard block one of her layups. Natasha Cloud brought attention to Unrivaled by complaining about her inflated salary in the WNBA. Watch for yourself.
We want our money on, and we want it now. That is first and foremost. And just ultimate investment. I think we've done a really good job over the last few years, and especially over my 10-year career in the W. We've grown so much, but there's so much room left to grow. And obviously, you guys see us expanding, but also just prioritizing players.
We want our what? We want our what? We want our onions? I've got great news for Natasha Cloud. I am sure, matter of fact, I am positive, NBA owners would have no problem compensating you with onions instead of dollars. Because I know for a fact, NBA owners, they are tired of dumping millions into this league while it can't generate a Colombian peso in profit. 30 years, hundreds of millions of dollars dumped into this dump, and it has never returned a single peso. And you had the audacity to sit at a press conference and make demands? You had the audacity to say, we want our money and we want it now? Who in the fuck are you? Or as The Rock would say, who is this Rudy Poo? It would be one thing if Caitlin Clark was demanding more money. At 75 grand a year, Caitlin Clark severely underpaid. Caitlin Clark is the most underpaid athlete in the world. I would understand her complaints. I would understand if the diva of Dump Divas, Kat Engelbert, made an exception and paid Caitlin Clark more than every other player in the dump. But Natasha Cloud? Natasha Cloud wants to complain about money? What have you done to earn more money? What the hell have you done to earn the money you're already being paid? How many tickets have you sold? According to my calculations, Natasha Cloud, she is responsible for selling 0 tickets. She has plenty of giveaways. During home games for the Phoenix Masculines, Natasha Cloud, she will request a handful of tickets for friends who are interested in watching her play. The one thing they are not interested in doing is paying to watch her play. I told you guys last year that WNBA players would use Caitlin Clark to get more money. The same players who ostracized her, they were going to use her to make more money. For starters, I hope they enjoy this brief influx of cash from Unrivaled because that is not sustainable. That league is either on its way to bankruptcy or the players will be accepting less money. And by less money, I mean minimum wage. But here's the problem for the WNBA. For starters, I think it's ironic that Natasha Cloud is demanding more money after she has spent years demonizing the white man. She wants to demonize the white man, but she has no problem taking his money. But here's the problem for the WNBA. The success of your league, it's based on one player. It's based on a player that you will never see again. Once in our lifetimes, we stumble upon iconic athletes. Michael Jordan elevates and globalizes the NBA. Tiger Woods is a phenomenon in the PGA. Steve Austin, The Rock in wrestling. When those icons retire, their leagues never reach that pinnacle again. The difference is, those leagues can survive. The WNBA cannot survive without Caitlin Clark. You're running into a very risky situation. Players are demanding money you don't have, and the WNBA, I think, is going to give it to them. But what happens if, God forbid, Caitlin Clark gets seriously injured? What happens if Caitlin Clark pisses off her fan base? What happens if her drawing power is diminished? You already know what happens. The WNBA is irrelevant. Last year, Caitlin Clark averaged 1.2 million viewers. The rest of the WNBA, 394,000. Without Caitlin Clark, it's not sustainable. And we have 30 years of evidence proving it's not sustainable. I think WNBA players are going to demand million-dollar contracts, $1 million every season. They're going to point to the NBA gifting them $200 million, and they are going to demand million-dollar salaries. And outside of Caitlin Clark, there is not a player in this league worth paying $1 million pesos, much less $1 million. But give me your thoughts on this. 3 months away from the WNBA season, Natasha Cloud already demanding more money. Now, I'm not going to sit here and ask you if WNBA players deserve more money because we already know the answer. Question is, will the WNBA give in, or could we see a labor strike and possibly a canceled season next year? Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later.